Well, welcome back to Everything RV with Dave. Today we're on the road again. We're heading down through West Virginia. I've pulled into a rest stop here in West Virginia, and it gives me another opportunity to let you know that every rest stop in West Virginia is supposed to have a dump station and a place to fill up for water for RVs. So, but anyhow, today I'm going to try to head down through West Virginia, and we're going to try to stay within the New River Gorge, the new federal park. There is a campground there called Army Camp, and that's where we're headed. So come along, share the ride with us, and let's see if we can't get to Army Camp. This is Route 41 South, and it's really not a bad road. It's got a lot of windy bends in it, and you can see we're down in the holler. Now, there's the top of the mountain. We're heading down this 41. We're going to go over to Army Camp Road. Now, this is supposedly Army Camp Road. It's a very narrow road, and it is paved. Well, I made it to Army Camp, and it's right here on the New River, and that is the New River right there. And they have this really nice beach area. It's got this black pebbles like a sand. It actually reminds me of coal. The pebbles are very small. So here we are on the New River. We have the mountains on one side, and over on this side is Army Camp. Take a little look around. The road coming into Army Camp was very, very narrow. Now, I'm from West Virginia, and I drive on a lot of very, very narrow roads. I don't think that I'd want to bring anything much bigger than my RV down that road. Now, again, I had no problems at all. My rig is 26 feet, so total length is almost 30 feet. But something much bigger than that, you might have some trouble with. Now, it depends on how you feel about pulling your rig. Now, there were places where I could get off of the road, pull over to the side, because it's only a one-lane road. But yeah, it is a narrow road. It's partly paved. Now, right up here is a nice little viewing area. Wish you could come down and sit at nighttime. Some picnic tables over there. And guys, this is free. This is free camping on the New River. I mean, where are you going to beat that? So here I am. I'm walking up from the river there. Yeah, there's a nice trash bin right here. Let's take a walk up by the restroom and see what that looks like. They also had a very nice dumpster over there. You can put your garbage in. And please, folks, if you're going to use these facilities, clean up after yourself. Don't leave a mess. make it better than when you showed up. Has a very nice large parking lot. And there's a dumpster over there. If you're coming down Route 19 off of 79, if you're heading over towards Beckley on 77, you're about, I would say 14 miles east of Beckley. Or if you're coming down off of 19 through Somerville, that's what we did. We went through Somerville, and then we jumped on 41 South to 60, and 60 back over to 41 South, and it brought you right here to the Army Camp Road. Let's go take a look at the restrooms. That's the women's. Let's go over here and take a look at the men's. And I do believe they're just vault toilets. Yeah, that's what they are. They're just vault toilets. There's just three vault toilets in here. It's really not too bad. Very well maintained. And again, for a free campground, what are you going to do? What do you expect? Here's a little storyboard. The New River Gorge National Park Preserve. It's called Army Camp. And here's a little map. And where the arrow is, that's where we are. And there's 19 coming down there. There's 64, there's 77. Beckley's right over here. So you're not too far from Beckley. I'm going to show you up here the dirt road that we came in on. And the paved road is, to be honest with you, I think the paved road's a little narrower than the dirt road. Yeah, that's the road I came in on. Little dirt road. There are turnoffs. There are some houses out there once it becomes paved road. Now, this Army camp, it is just one loop. I'm going to say there's maybe 10 campsites out here, but let me take a little walk around the loop and show you, because there are 2 or 3 sites out here that will fit my truck and my 26-foot Flagstaff hooked together inside the site. And that's pretty darn nice for free. As you make this loop, you want to stay to the right and make the loop in a counterclockwise, because it makes it a lot easier to back into these sites. This is site number 1. And again, I could probably put my 26-foot RV in there and put my truck over on this side. It's a nice wide site. Now you can see off in the distance my Flagstaff. And I have my little generator running. You probably can barely hear it over the birds and the river. This is number 2. And again, they all have fire rings. They'll have little, cooking places, and they have metal picnic tables. This one has a little bit of a slope to it, but it's really not that bad. And again, this is a little bit deeper than number 1. Yeah. Yeah, you can park cars up here, park an RV in here. You put a tent back there. So that's 2 sites. There's another trash receptacle. This is site number 3. I almost pulled into this site. It's one of the nicer sites. It's very long. I mean, you could fit a 35-foot RV in that. You could put a motorhome in there. I mean, it's really pretty deep. I'm gonna say 55 feet, clear back there to the grass. Pretty flat. Here's site number 4. Very flat, little shorter. But again, I think you could put a 15 to 17 foot RV in there with no problems at all. And a truck right beside it. Here's number 5, they're setting up a tent. And you can see they have plenty of room there. That's a nice site. Nice and long and flat. And then number 6 is short site. Nice big tent area. Come up here to number 7. 7 is where I put the Flagstaff. And I have a huge area for the picnic area. And I want you to look at that. I'm almost 50 feet long, truck and RV, and I still have 20 feet in front. And I left the RV hooked up to the truck and did not have to level anything. It was just about perfect levelness. Here's number 8. Somebody's got a tent in there. And again, it's a little shorter site, but if you go to the far side, you know, you've got a goodly amount of room. You could probably put I could put my Flagstaff in there and put the truck over on this side. So that was 8. I don't know what this one's called. I want to call it 9, but it probably isn't. This one's called A. And again, this one's a little bit longer than number 8. Not quite as wide, but very nice. And then we're coming around to the 10th site, which is a handicap site, which is very nice. And nice big site, nice and flat. And that completes the loop here at Army Camp. This is a Monday afternoon, and I would suspect that during the weekend, this might get pretty full. So, you know, if you were thinking about spending the weekend, you probably ought to get in here on Thursday or Wednesday, or you know, at the very latest Friday early. This is Monday, and when I got here, there were 2 sites that were taken, and since then, with me pulling in, there's been 3 other people came in. So, you know, we're used up half of the sites right now on a Monday. So we got here about 3 o'clock. So during the week, I think if you got here, you know, say 3 o'clock or before, I think you have no problems finding a place at Army Camp right on the New River. Again, let me show you my site again. So, please give me a like and please subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.